Hi boys and girls, it's Miss White again. We're on lesson 103 today. It looks like this. We are learning something very different than I've taught you before, but I think that we can do it. All right, we're going to start with some letter sounds. All right, we're going to do a little different this time. I'm going to ask you for a specific sound that you hear in a word. So, number one is the initial sound that you hear in organ. Organ. That's O-R. Number two is the final sound in the word continue. Remember how we don't spell U at the end of the word as just U, it's U-E. Number three, the final sound in majestic. Majestic. Remember when we hear that k sound and there's more than one syllable? If there's 2 or 3 syllables, the k sound is a C. Number four, the initial sound in chihuahua. C-H. Number five, the final stable syllable in tradition. Shun. T-I-O-N. Number six, the final sound in plow. Ow. And at the final sound, it's O-W. Number seven, the final sound in cola. That's an A. Number eight, the first vowel sound you hear in evening. E. Number nine, the final sound in tomboy. Oy. O-Y is the final sound. And the final sound in straw. A-W. All right, make sure that you have these down before we move on to learning some other stuff. Actually, first we're going to practice spelling some words. Sometimes Miss White forgets about that. You know how I am. All right. Number 12 or 11, we're going to practice spelling with that digraph E-A as the E sound. So number 11, let's spell clean. K. C. Ul. We know it's a C because ul comes next, and C always comes before a consonant. Cl. And E, is that E-A digraph? N. Number 12 is please. Ul. E. S. Please. All right. Make sure you have those two down, and then we are going to move on to some new words. All right, if we just looked at these words, we would code all of those vowels with a brev, right? And it would make that short sound. It'd be blend, find, ald, and told. Have you ever heard of any of those words? I haven't. These words, actually, all the vowels get macrons. These words are called wild colt words. And you know why? Let's look at wild and colt. Wild colts. Does anyone know what a colt is? It's a horse. I think. I'm pretty sure. So they're wild and you can't tame them, and that's why we call these words wild colt words, because also wild and colt follow kind of the same guideline, and that our I gets a macron here and our O gets a macron there, and they both say the I and the O sound. Wild colts. Otherwise it would be willed colts. And again, words we don't know. So that's what these words are called, and they don't follow regular rules. They're just wild colts and they do what they want. So when you see these words like these, you should try the short vowel sound first, and if it doesn't make sense, then you should move on and try the long sound to see if that makes sense to you. All right, let's practice spelling a couple words like this. We're going to spell kind. Number 13 is kind. Again, if we didn't spell it if we just sounded it out, it would be kind, but that's not a word we know. So kind. Number 14 is told. Old. Number 15 is most. Most. All right, make sure you have all 3 of those down, and then we're going to practice some coding. All right, number 16 is child. Again, chilled doesn't make sense. It does, but it's spelled differently, like chilled, like to chill something. But child, we're going to underline our CH digraph, and our I gets a macron. Number 17, blindness. Here we have a suffix, so we're going to box that off first. And then our I gets the macron. Number 18, goldfish. This is a compound word. We have gold and fish. Our I gets a brev, and our O gets the macron, gold. Number 19 is posted. Our ED suffix gets boxed, and our O gets the macron. And then number 20, wild. All we need is a macron on our I. Again, if you weren't sure how to code this word, you could say willed and then say that's not a word, or you could say wild and you'd say I know wild is a word. All right, go ahead and draw a line to what picture matches, and make sure you have these down. Pause if you need to. Number 21, ladle. We have our final stable syllable DLE here. We're going to cross off our E, and our A gets a macron. Number 22, thundercloud. Ooh, this is a big word. Thunder. Oh my goodness, Miss White can't even write the whole. I need to write smaller because we can't put it on 2 lines. It's 1 word. 22. Thundercloud is also a compound word. Thunder and cloud are 2 different words that we combine to make a compound word. So we're going to draw a line between thunder and cloud. On cloud we have our OU diphthong. Here we have vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. So we'll draw a line between the 2 consonants. We have our ER combination, that gets a arc. And here we have vowel, consonant, that U gets a brev, and our TH digraph is underlined. Ooh, that had a lot going on in it. Definitely pause if you need to get all that written down. Number 23 is widely. Widely. Going to box off our ly suffix. Our I, we have I consonant E, so our E is sneaky and makes the I say its name. It gets a macron. Widely. Number 24, radar. This has a vowel, consonant, vowel pattern. Vowel, consonant, vowel. We're going to draw our line in between vowel, consonant. Our A is open then, and it gets a macron. And then we have AR combination there. And lastly, we have 25, auction. We have our TION final stable syllable. And our AU, it's not like that, it's a blend, or a digraph, our AU digraph. All right, make sure you have all that down before I move on and explain the back of the worksheet to you. Back of the worksheet's a little different because we learned about those wild colt words and we want to practice with that a little bit. So on the back there's a little story telling you about wild colt words, and then it says, what do these words act like? And it's going to tell you that answer in the very first sentence. So if you're not sure, go back to the very first sentence. And then it says, name 3 wild colt words. I promise you there are more than 3 wild colt words in this paragraph. You are going to look for them in the paragraph. That's where they're at. You're not coming up with them on your own. And then it said, name 1 wild colt word that can have a short or a long sound. Ooh, that's also in the paragraph. So make sure you go up and read in the paragraph to get that answer, okay? And then practice those sight words, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.